Hey everybody, tonight we are going to be talking about some Duplo and then brick separating away from that into some custom track, such as this 32 length one piece track. We've got all sorts of neat ballasting for R40 Lego track, and then beyond even to some awesome ballasted switch tracks that are fully custom there. These R24s are the tightest track you can get, and we'll go into depth on that and even more into depth on these amazing R104 switches. Let's get into it.
Welcome back.
I'm Joe.
I'm Brad. This is Brick Chat.
That's right. All things Lego and not Lego.
Yep. A little bit of everything.
That's right. Tonight is a bit more on the not they well, it's Lego.
It's Lego.
But it's not Lego.
Yeah. It's your options of how to run your trains, basically. So
Yep, everything from the tightest radius to the biggest radiuses.
straight track, that's plain.
Is that technically the biggest radius? Because it
That one? No, you can get a lot bigger than that. That's just
okay.
a fancy switch that we'll talk about here in just a little bit.
Okay.
But do you want to start off with Duplo?
Duplo, yes, the best track.
So I do Duplo. That's the easiest one.
Kind of funny, I guess. I don't know. During our last, I have to word this carefully. During our last club bulk purchase,
Yes.
uh, Jeff, if you're watching this, I totally don't care that you purchased Duplo. Like, totally cool. I think it's awesome. I think it was for your kids, grandkids, something like that. You got a whole bunch of it. But Duplo, you don't usually see being used a lot when you're building for displays or anything. So during our last group large
Purchase.
buy thing, I got to figure out how to word this quickly.
Yeah,
Big
right.
purchase, right? I don't know. There was hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of Duplo purchased. So I was pretty impressed.
Yes, because I mean, seriously, I've only ever seen it like this is like the second time I've ever seen Duplo. So hey,
I do have one thing that's really good about Duplo though. The Dollar Tree has these tri-tier. I have some upstairs, but they've got these tri-tier shelving thingies, wire rack type of things.
Yeah.
So if you're not shy, you can drill a hole right through the middle of one of these. I guess you don't have to. It's more secure if you do. So you zip time down onto these tri-tier, and it makes an awesome train display.
Oh yes, I can see that.
And they're cheap because they're Duplo. They don't fall off.
Now, are they the same width as these?
Yeah, your train over here might have a little bit of a harder time sitting on top of it because it's got all
It's got the gearing underneath it, yeah.
But the trusty Amtrak train, it's getting a lot of. Oh, geez.
Got another root beer tonight.
It's getting a lot of attention. This Amtrak train. I think it's been in every one of the last however many videos.
I know, right?
But it sits. I'm going to show you, both of you all at the same time on the screen, as well as showing Brad here. The tires, wheels, whatever, sit all the way down onto this part.
So they sit on the inside, not on the outside.
Right.
So, but like you said, great display. Great way to display it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you ever see some, I mean, it's worth picking up. The stuff that I've got, there's of course curves everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I just have curves that go back and forth. So it's a little bit funky if you've got a train back to back and whatnot, but
yeah,
it works.
That works.
Yeah.
Place to store them right on your shelf.
What was your drink? I saw you showing off there while I was doing other stuff.
Tonight is just a different type of root beer. We got this store down the road that sells like 50 different types. So, hey, give it a try. Not too bad.
Rocket Fizz?
Rocket F Fizz. Rocket Fizz. RF. with nutmeg.
We better hope he doesn't like take off like a rocket, you know?
Right?
Now, this, getting into the holiday season, is kind of interesting.
Ooh.
A cranberry ginger cascade ice something.
Yeah, and how does it taste?
It tastes a little bit like Christmas. Oh, I don't know how the best way to describe it is it tastes a little bit like Christmas.
If he starts singing Christmas carols, you know what's up.
Jingle bells, jingle bell.
Jingle bell.
Yeah, jingle. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Then,
what fun it is to.
From there, I would say, you know, standard. This is not standard Lego. This is actually BrickTracks track, basically. So this is what they call a long piece, but you know, Lego, it's half that. But you've got your standard track, and from here you've got just, you know, you can obviously do your trains on a table, whatever. This is the easiest, simplest way to display trains. It shows things like that, where there's no base plates underneath or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, so yeah.
Makes it simple.
That's one of the things we do a bunch during different shows.
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't show up, you know, whether it be, you know, life circumstance, whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll put random pieces of track, not ballasted, not on MILS.
Just go across that section that is empty or around the corner, whatever. So, but this is the, you know, how basically your start piece there.
It's an interesting one in my mind because Lego straight track, like this is two pieces of regular Lego. I mean, it's the exact same thing. So I just, in my mind, I'm like, okay, did they make this as the test piece to make sure that their injection molding process was going to work in the first place?
Could have.
That's why they sent it out. That's the only thing I can think of.
Or they just know that everybody's going to ballast them and put them on base plate. So why not just do one piece versus two? I do believe that this one's actually cheaper by the time you buy two. The other, and you buy one of these, I think this is actually cheaper. So, and it is injection molded, so it's good quality. Snaps on just fine, no issues with that. Okay.
And we both got Trixbrix orders in the mail recently.
Yes, we did this week.
Those come free, or at least what they say in their thing.
If you spend enough, you'll get one of these. If you spend more, you get two of these. You spend a couple thousand, you might get a whole circle or something.
They might deliver it in person if you spend that much.
Yes. So you do get free stuff when you order from Trixbrix. So that's my freebie actually.
Yeah, that was my freebie too in my order.
Nice. Okay. Then from there,
I wonder where to use it though.
I know.
The problem of Lego. I don't know if you have this problem also. Like for the longest time, I didn't have enough track.
Oh yeah.
And then after the big group purchase buy thing, there's a short word for this. I just can't say it.
Yeah, can't say it.
Now I have more than I'm working on some mods, so I probably will run out. But now I have more than I need, so I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. I've got so much, and I've already used it all. I mean, I've bought it for the last 2 years, and I have a great big huge train yard. It's amazing how much straight track you can burn through, like in a very small amount of area with the train yard.
And if you watched our last video, you actually get a glimpse of that train yard.
Yes, you do actually. And we'll talk about some of it here in just a minute. That's what this purchase is. But anyway, there's that.
Yeah. Should we work left to right or right to left, depending on which side of the table you're looking at? I got a whole bunch of this. Now this, would you say that the pre-made ballast is controversial?
It is, because you've got the purist, then you've got everybody else in the world. The purists, the purists are OCD. I like to say OCD on this type of stuff, where everybody else is just like, you know what? I'm not rich, so I like to go with this stuff right here, this ballast stuff.
It's super cool.
Oh, it's so nice.
You just take the two pieces. And you're done.
That's it.
Oh, it broke.
Yeah. It works. It doesn't stick together like really, really good, like, you know, normal Lego would, but it works great. I think it does anyway. The
I don't have enough ballast here. I mean, I don't have enough of
ties and
ties. Yes.
yeah.
I think what they're called in real life. I'm having a brain fart.
I just call them ties.
Yeah. There's like some official Adam. You
Yes.
comment, please, Adam.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. So yeah, they actually designed these, and again, up on the screen, to where it's a half stud, and you can put the ties on one or either of those studs. Now this is an R40. By the time you move up to the R120s, the R104s, there's enough space for a full stud. But
yeah,
so convenient. It's one of those that I'm so glad. You spend a little bit of money up front, but you save so much money.
Oh, you do. So on something like this, to do, you know, other people they'll buy all the little pieces, the 1x2s, the 2x4s, 2x3s, all of that stuff, and put them on the back to help get this ballast out there to look like that. You still got the little gaps and holes in there, and okay, that's fine. You know, they're doing their 100% Lego thing. I like this because there's no gaps, there's no holes. It's concentric all the way around, or whatever. Yeah, concentric on the radiuses and things like that. I think it looks a lot better. However, you can't tie this, or it's hard to tie this to a base plate. Okay.
Well, even with the piecemeal.
Yep, it's hard that way too. So I don't know. I always put tile underneath my stuff. I float it as I go around the corners, or have something that doesn't work quite right. Mm-hmm. I'll put the tiles underneath it, and it makes it look really nice. I really like this. And if you actually do your part count, by the time you buy all the little individual pieces to try and fill that in, you're actually money ahead to do these ballast plates, and they're 3D printed. Mm-hmm. So, and they
pretty
come
good
in
color match.
Yeah, really good color match. They come in Trixbrix. I mean, there's other ones too, 4D bricks and whoever else, but we always do Trixbrix. I do anyway.
We're open to trying out new products.
That's true. And they come in lots of different radiuses. I think they go clear up to 40 up to 148 now.
Ooh, I don't know about that high.
It's pretty high. It's bigger than 120. So yeah, and they carry ballast for all that stuff. So here's, you go from this to something that looks a little bit more detailed like this to run your trains on. Okay, so there's that.
Yeah, that actually leads directly into, this is one of my favorite pieces. My building style, I guess.
Yeah.
I do a lot of R40. I build a lot into an individual mod. I try to fit a whole bunch of track and whatnot. So this piece right here, and I don't have the second piece. That's weird. That's okay. The way this is sold is you can pop this around the other direction. There's a little adapter piece also in here. And so it sits very similar to official Lego track. I think actually it's exactly the same. That's the wrong direction, but that's not what I use it for. Oh, I broke it. I put it this way. And I don't have more corners. That's okay. This is R24.
Yep.
So it doesn't count. But this is 2 pieces of R40. So you can make a nice smooth curve without having to jug in a little bit and then back out. Oh, these are awesome.
So it's a continuous curve.
I've hacked the Lego track before.
Oh no.
Yeah. Which again, if you're already a subscriber, which you should be, in one of the previous videos, at the very end of it, there is a picture of my module where I've got it cut. You have to take 2 of them, but you make a cut, yay-ish, and you swap them between the two.
I'll just slide out of the
tracks.
screen since he's a Lego cutter.
Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. I have video evidence. You flip them around, and then what I do is I shove a toothpick up in them, and I use JB Weld.
There you go.
Specifically, I think it's a blue one, blue plastic JB Weld. So then you get the exact same radius as this, but with technically official Lego track.
Yeah.
But the only downside is it's harder to ballast.
Yes.
Whereas this sucker, did I throw the ballast down? I think I did. All right.
You might have.
I'll get to ballast. I'm gonna make some crinkle.
I'll go on to the next thing while he's doing that. So, at that point in time, you can see that they actually have a really good variety of different things. They tried this little trick. Flux track. Yeah.
That's your favorite.
Oh, my absolute
favorite.
favorite. I don't even own a piece of this. This is Joe's. I hate flux track.
Wait,
but that's just me.
You never bought one of these?
No, I never have.
You never bought a track pack?
Nope, never have.
Oh.
So this is Lego's version of how to get around corners and all that stuff.
Well, if your track doesn't line up anyway.
Yeah, or line up or anything like that. So the issue with this is you derail quite a bit with this. I found out anyway. So unless you go really slow around it, you just derail. People use it. Only thing I use this for is if you're trying to do something straight and say like a pull off or something, just to park trains on. Because to actually run this at shows, I don't like it. I have too many accidents with this stuff. But there's that option.
I know how to piss off Brad at the next show.
I know, right? Okay, so
I grabbed the wrong piece. That was for the official Lego.
Oh, that's official. Yeah, okay.
So I don't know.
I'll continue on now. Okay, so from there.
Try not to make crinkle noises. Sorry.
So from there, you go from something really nice, ballasted, like so, that he had up here. I'm not sure if that's right. Yep. So you go from that there. Next step up is basically put on a base plate. Now this is MILS. So basically you got a plate up, you got the base plate, you got a brick, you got a plate, and then you got another plate, and then you've got this ballast stuff that sits on top of that, like so. So this is MILS. This is what most people do. This is where you start getting into the fancy detail with your ties, flowers. You can start making ups and downs, little hills, all that stuff. So this is what I do right here with your ties. Other people, they don't even put the ties on. They just bring it like this over here. Nothing wrong with that at all. None of this is wrong, actually. It's just what your preference is. Price point. This is where you start getting pretty expensive. This is probably about the most you can do. You can start putting in like some detail of rocks, things like that on the outside with your 1x1 rounds and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it looks some beautiful ballast.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, great. Some people will actually do like a whole winter village with it. It looks like snow on the sides and stuff like that. So they do really good. So there's that.
And it doesn't have to be brown.
Doesn't have to be brown.
Some clubs, they do black. Some do, I don't know what it's called. It's a 1x4 with one stud on each side.
Oh, yes.
I've seen that before.
It's like a modified tile. Something like that. I've seen them where they've actually had them engraved or pictured, where it
printed,
looks like printed, where it looks like it's actual wood, things like that.
Yeah, Leanne's working on getting a whole huge thing of that for her.
Oh, really?
Big loop and whatnot. So
is that from?
So yeah, Leanne, comment down below if you're watching.
Yeah. Now is that from Trixbrix? Because I know they sell that.
I don't know.
So they're pushing it right now on their website.
It's kind of a mix between a nougat and a reddish brown, I think.
Oh, interesting.
So it might still work with nougat.
Yeah.
But it looks nice.
Looks really good. All right.
Oh, yeah. This thing I was trying to avoid crinkle noises with. Isn't it beautiful? Like, oh, I don't know.
I think it looks good.
It's, yes.
Especially when it's a continuous circle. You can do a continuous circle. You don't have your train doing this as it's going around.
This is a happy guy. And I just keep going and going. And this right here, this switch right here is, it's kind of hard to show.
Yeah.
But it's shorter than the Lego one. The Lego one actually sticks out about here-ish.
Yep. So your throw is taller and it's a little farther away for your clearance. These guys have this here, which, it's okay. Honestly, I think they could have done something a little bit better, especially for automation-wise.
Oh, if they came out, I don't know if that's changeable or if they glue it together and whatnot. But if they came out with like a Technic version as an option,
oh,
that is the golden right there.
Yeah, I mean honestly, because I want to try to get something like this, where you can put your motor down into it, make a little house or whatever, changing house, whatever, with a little pin that just moves it back and forth. Make it automated so you're not having to walk around and switch tracks and stuff. This I've not found a real good way yet of trying to automate it with the motor. I haven't really played that much.
A long stick.
Long stick, yeah. Whereas, I mean, granted, Lego, I mean, yeah, that's a little bit more obnoxious. I think it stands up higher. But this is, it's better. I've seen one where you put a axle in there and you twist it, and it actually twists it, and I think that's BrickTracks. They sell a R104. I think that's all they do is R104 switches. But anyway,
I'll look it up.
You have to switch it 90 degrees, and that's how that works. So it's like you have to walk around with an axle in your pocket to switch tracks.
But a little actuator hooked up to that
could be good. Yes. So anyway, there's that.
Sweet. Now I just had an idea though, because if you put the Technic brick in this spot right here, it would probably hold to pull that way, but I don't know if it would hold to push. So ideally, it would be part of the print.
Another problem with that is you got all this beautifulness here that it would catch that if you put a big brick right there.
That's a good point.
So as it goes by, see how that is that close?
Will that work? For the example?
Snap that since I only got one hand. So with that, if you throw a brick right there, he'll hit it.
Oh.
Hit it each and every time. Even a plate, I think, would be too tall right there. So I don't know if you pull something off and then grab it out here.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
but it's
by Lego putting the switch out that far, whether or not they intended it to be further away from 8-wide trains.
Yeah. But that one is actually better for that reason.
Okay.
But still, I don't like it because it's tall. I tend to have a lot of things that I overhang when I go around corners. So.
Item number 2, how to piss off Brad. Build on the switch.
I know, right? So maybe that's something that they can make in a little adapter or something that you can buy.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, put your train on.
Nope, I refuse to run it on that track. I absolutely refuse already. I'm not even going to try it. All right.
At the last brick slopes, there's potential. All right. At the last brick slopes, 2022, there was the mini mod train module contest. It was a 32 by 32 base plate.
Yep.
Where it had a track in front of it and you did something with it. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right.
None of my trains ran across that.
Okay.
Not a single one.
His avoidance of flex track continues.
Yes, it does. 2 reasons why. 1, flex track. 2, my trains are too wide for that because people built stuff right next
They
to
did.
it,
Yeah.
and we could only put 6 wide down the track. We couldn't put 8 wide. All my trains would hit. So there's 2 reasons why I didn't run that.
Okay. There was one person that for their module, the entire 32, put flex track for the straight section. So
apparently that's all they had left.
Maybe, yeah. As long as you lock it down in the straightaway section, something like that.
Yeah.
Like where it's not
if it's
move,
straight,
probably
there's no issues. It's when you start turning like this, things can actually get caught, and it will actually derail. I've had it too many times. The reason why is because like on the outside here, you've got gaps right where your wheel goes, and that's where it derails, right on the outside there. But when you train it up, it helps get rid of the gaps, and it's a lot noisier too when the train runs on them.
It is way
noisier.
Way noisier.
Because there's gaps in there.
But I think it's also because it's running literally on the bottom.
Yep.
And there's the gaps that you're talking
there's
about
gaps.
inside
there's
there.
gaps inside on the
so it's
sides, down the bottom.
It's coming up off of this part.
Yep.
Up when it hits this, it's raising and riding on
the flange itself.
Yeah, on this part, not down in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it has a lot less chance of derailing though. 104 stuff. This is cool. Stuff. I know we've been like holding out on you guys so far, not showing off this.
Okay.
Woohoo!
This is a mess right here. We're going to go over this. Pros and cons. That's what I want to go over this with. So, like I said, I've got big old train yard. So, kind of show off what this is. So this is my train yard.
Oh, I'm in the way still. Move that.
This just kind of shows in comparison. So this is your main line, your 2 main lines here. And if you want to go from, you have 2 of these, one on one side, one on the other side. So if you want to go from the inside to the outside, you have to hit it one way or back up or go clear to the other end and get back on the outside. So kind of a pain in the butt to do, you know, when you're trying to go from the inside to outside lane, vice versa, whatnot. And then you have a switch that goes off to your train yard, okay? You can see how much real estate this takes, especially when you have one of these on each side. So quite a bit, but we're just going to talk about one side so you can see how much this takes right there. All right, so.
What is that, 2 base weights?
This is like 2.5
okay.
for your switch, and so that right there is 2, okay?
So it's like, it's practically.
It's like 4.5 base
mod.
plates. Yeah. You're basically a whole mod right here just to switch from one side to the other side. And it's only one directional unless you back up and try and get the other side. So it's not all that great. We've actually had issues this last train show where we actually have to stop one train, take the other train all the way around to get on the inside, to back up, to go into the train yard. So with that, I contacted the guys at Trixbrix. This is what they've already made. So this is a standard set. It's actually couple sets. You have to buy a couple different things.
This one or that one?
This one
actually,
right here.
Both of them, right?
Yeah. Those switches are Trixbrix too. Like I said, everything's Trixbrix for me. So this right here is their solution. So back when you buy it, you basically buy this part where it's a double crossover. So you can cross this way, you can cross this way, or just go straight. So that eliminates just that one direction. Unless you go all the way around, then you can take the opposite way. This way you can do either way. Now this, so you have to buy this whole thing. Comes with then you have to buy the ballast separate. Here's the ballast. I'll take one apart. Ballast separate. Okay. With their stuff, you buy this, you throw that part away. You buy an adapter that fits in here.
It's just this, like right here.
Right here, just this part right here is the adapter, and then you have to buy this double slip cross adapt whatever blah blah, big huge long name, double slip something or another, left hand, right hand, whatever. So
like an acronym, you can just.
I know.
The LSRTQ.
Yeah. I
Two
staring at
key.
pictures. The nice thing is I sent them pictures. Okay, they have an awesome website. I think they do.
Yeah.
Customer service is great because I've sent them several questions in the past, pictures like, hey, I found a picture of this. This is what I want. They sent me a list of parts. Like, this is what you need to complete this. So I've got the right hand, left hand version.
He did it the smart way. Now, last time I was at his house, I pulled up on the computer. I pulled up MS Paint, and I was like, "Oh, here's this switch. This one looks like it works. Let me paste it on top, and I'll drag it over here. That looks like it'll work, right?" And this guy goes, "This page right here.
There's a
There's a
page right
picture
there.
of it."
There's a picture. That's what I want. I just sent it to them, and they like, yeah, this is what you need. However, we've messed up on the ballast. That's why this isn't ballast right here. It's in the mail. They actually, when I asked them what I needed, they did say, hey, yeah, sorry, we forgot to tell you to order this ballast. The really cool thing is I had to pay for it, but they are covering the shipping costs because they felt bad about it. Really cool company. Really cool company.
Yeah.
I like them. So anyways, the ballast will be here in like a week. End of this week, actually. So with this, I can go across. I can go into, it's the same R104. I can go right into my rail yard, all that stuff.
Which I think was a missing piece of information so far that you guys might not have known is that this sits right at the edge of the rail yard. So this,
yeah. So these two things,
see how this piece would normally
go right into the rail yard.
So instead of being what we had before like this,
yeah,
it's taking it down to this.
Yeah, so it goes from almost a whole mod. So 1, 2, 3, 4.5 base plates wide to
like 2.5.
2.5. So it just got rid of 2 base plates. This whole thing right here. So as soon as I get this ballast piece here, I'm going to basically rip all this off, or on the other one, rip it all off, redo it all, put your tile down underneath all this stuff, put this on top of that. Boom, I just saved myself a whole bunch of area. Granted, this looks all scary and stuff, but it works.
I was just thinking, like, you kind of have to put a little bit of thought into this to say,
oh yeah,
that will now make it come this way.
Yeah, you did have to put a little bit of thought into it.
This way, and then that. With this one switch this way, this one switch
that way.
It would go click, 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 click.
Yeah,
okay.
You did have to put a little bit of thought into it as you get into this mess. But once you have it, then you can just sit there and run all day, then flip one and go the opposite way. Now, the only thing I don't like about this, there's a downer to this. So, but I don't know if there's another way they can do it. So you got all your switches out here, okay? Great. And they work okay. I mean, there's some that, like this one right here, I don't understand why there's 3 different click positions when it's only just one left, right, but there's actually 3. I don't know why. They're all 3 of them are that way.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
I mean, it's whatever. Not like it's still keeping
it works.
There. The train hits that. I know you can't see that from that angle, but there's a little nub here. So it's very obvious that they've put thought into it. And they've probably experienced failures because of not having the nub.
Something.
But yeah, a little kickoff and a little nub, so that it'll catch this switching piece here. But yeah, I don't see
why they have that. I don't understand why.
Maybe a byproduct of how it had to be built or something.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they use that design on other things like the triple switch. So they use the same internal piece. They just didn't redesign it when they print these out. I don't know. Now here's the really weird switch on this one. And I get it. There's no other way you can do it. But right here is down inside the track is your switch.
Oh, I didn't even
for see that one. So if you want to go into here, you flip this switch. If not, you come onto this one. The teeny tiny little, just a little tiny little raised area.
That would be kind of rough to get it the internal mechanics all the way over there, huh?
Oh yeah, because you can't put it here. You have to put it out here somewhere, and that would be just too much. So when you're trying to automate this one, you can't really automate this part because this little tiny switch, plus you got these that's right here internal. You got these right here internal. So this is basically all manually ran right here, which, you know, that's what it is. So if you're thinking about doing it automated, yeah, it ain't going to happen on this part. But I like the overall look of it. I like the function of it. I have actually not even tried the train yet on it. I want to try and put it on the MILS first before I do that. But that's my 2 cents on this.
I can see the automation though from this one. So if you left it in the position to go into this way, into the yard, I see what you're saying.
But if you want to go to the inside track, or if this is your outside, whatever,
you have to go into the yard and come back out
to get onto this one,
or down this one and come back this one.
Yeah. So it's one of those. It's like, whatever. It is what it is. So
you're saying the next train show automation is going to be like bringing your kid, hey, here's $1, go change the switch point.
Right. Then you're going to have to show them, no, it's that thing right there. No, it's that one.
Train's coming, hurry.
So, yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about it, but I don't see any other way they could have fixed that. So, yeah, overall, I really like their design. I think their 3D parts are just, I mean,
they've got a good
color, the fit. Some of the Ballast stuff does pop off real easy, but once I put it on the MILS, I won't have any issue with that. So I really like it. To me, it's worth every penny. Even though I have all these leftover parts, that's my other complaint. I have all these leftover parts that I just have no use for now.
Which, yeah, I mean, it all depends on a use case, though.
Yeah.
And we touched briefly on this before starting tonight, but I can see both sides of the discussion here, because you're permanent.
Yeah, I'm permanent. That's it.
You're done. You could have used just the one piece printed, off you go.
Yeah.
But somebody else, just devil's advocate here, somebody else could be like, oh, I'm going to set this up for a cool demonstration at an elementary school or something. Show kids some train stuff. But then
you don't want the train yard, so we just take it off.
Yeah, gets changed up for every show, or changed up for every whatever you happen to be working on.
Yep.
And logistically, you ordering a one-off piece, unless it's part of their normal production run, is going to be time consuming.
It is.
And maybe not in the sense that like they've got the part, they've got the STL file to be able to do the print.
Yeah.
But for them to be able to be like, okay, I have to set aside time out of my regular production to go print. And then if you were one of the people that changed it up later, and then contacted Trixbrix to say, oh crap, I actually do need these other ballast pieces.
Yeah.
That's going to be another special
print. Mean, honestly,
yeah.
How do you order that?
Right.
I need this piece, blah, blah, whatever part number. And I can see, they're going to have 10 million of these, different sizes. And you're going to be like, oh, I think that's the right size. And then by the time you spend $10 to ship this to you, then you find out it's the wrong size. Yeah, you're going to be pissed off. So I can see both ways. It's just, in the long run, it's like,
oh yeah, if it was an option though to be able to have like just this one piece for what you're working on, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Because
I think if I remember it was just the one piece for your design setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other option would be, if I could just buy the remaining pieces and to do that. But once again, how do I know what that one piece is? So I can see it. Just one of those things that I like to complain a lot. That's what my wife says. I like to complain a lot about stuff. So
have some flex track.
Yeah, right?
Oh, your trains will love the other end of the spectrum then. I've already got this one built, so I'm going to grab this one. That's R24.
That's the smallest stuff they make, radius-wise.
I want to see that guy on it.
I doubt it will go on
Oh,
that.
I bet it will. Let's do it. We'll grab this one. I want to take a second. Because the individual trucks are not like crazy.
Yeah, but I've got detail underneath it. I've got the air tanks and stuff, so they're in the way of it flexing. So let's actually see here.
R24 is the tightest. Well, I think it is anyway.
I think it's the tightest.
The tightest curve you can get. Very specialty use cases. Is it binding?
Yep,
I kind of
it's binding.
Doing something, yeah.
It's binding. It's hitting the air tanks underneath.
Oh, the air tanks.
Right there.
Okay.
So yeah, these air tanks on the other side, the trucks are actually hitting them on the other side.
Oh,
so
the trucks are.
Yeah, it can't turn. Now, if I take those off, oh yeah, it'll work, not a problem. But that's why this is having issues. Right there. Yep. So, yeah, pretty much that's it.
I've got a caboose I'm going to try on that.
He's got caboose. But I'm still working on this little thing. Still putting detail in it. Still trying to get handrails. So, yeah, hoping to have that done tonight. But I did get all the lights in it, so that's a good thing.
It works. You can definitely hear it. It would be better if it was the Lego, like the standard train models that you can buy off the shelf.
Yeah.
Where the two are right next to each other.
Yep.
On an individually pivotable connection point. That would be better. But definitely it's going to be.
The other issue with radiuses, does if people really know their like automotive terms and whatnot, is differentials. You don't have differentials with trains.
Ooh,
so
kind of.
As you go around the corner, as you go around the corner, your inside tire is going to different speed than your outside tire, especially when you have a solid axle. That's the old Lego axles there. The new ones, they just snap in, and each one can go different speeds.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd actually be better on this than the old axles. When you actually run trains at shows, and you have really tight corners, it sucks the power out of your batteries, like big time, because of that very problem.
Tighter the curve, faster the battery drainage.
Yep. So that's one of the reasons why we like the bigger curves.
Yeah, and like I was saying, specialty cases. So, like this stuff here, you can't do that with R40.
No,
it won't fit. So being able to fit the R24 on one 32 base plate, we might have a train crash. Can we hand me that metal?
This metal?
Yeah. We might have a train crash in our future because of shenanigans.
Yes, for sure.
Because this right here is a cross track. So the plan, I'm going to move this out of the way. The plan is to give people heart attacks in one way or another. We're going to go across both main lines. To the very outside of a module, running right up next to the public so they can see some trains. Now this isn't like a normal running all the time thing. It's very eyes on, trains coming, nope, back off type of thing.
Not with Joe. Joe likes to automate it, so it's totally a guessing game, 100% guessing game. You never know what will happen.
Are you moving that over here?
Yep. Basically, he's going to be playing chicken with freight trains coming through.
There we go. I think that touches over all the stuff that all of the Trixbrix stuff that we have, right?
I think so.
You can do some amazing stuff with Trixbrix.
Yeah, and like I said, there's other vendors out there.
Yeah. We're not sponsored by.
We're not.
By any company.
We don't pick one or the other. I just found that Trixbrix has a lot of different weird things. And
Good weird.
Yeah, I like those guys. So I haven't had any issues with them.
Yeah, same.
Well,
Whether it be track packs and all this.
Yep.
Fan of their ballast, but
yeah. And they do take suggestions for upcoming stuff that they make.
Okay.
So good to know.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite company, or do you? I don't know. Do you
have a preference?
Yeah.
Do you want to see more of this stuff? I feel like we covered it fairly well, but there's always questions.
They have as a final note here.
Okay.
They have I don't even know what it's called. Screenshot, of course, for you all watching this video. It's like a mega switch. It's like 3 or 4 mainline.
Yes.
Switch. This huge, massive
mega loop, cross loop.
It's a switch track that goes
double, triple crossover or something or another like that.
Mm-hmm. I think they call it the mega. Yeah.
Mega slipper. I don't know. But yeah. But I think if I buy that one, my wife might ask me to leave.
Yeah, it's like $400 or something.
Something like that.
Just for the
But I'd have to buy another
then you
house.
Have Ballast.
So I have to do a different basement.
Second mortgage, like what's
something happening? Like that, because I don't have the room. Yeah.
There's a Kmart, an old Kmart. It's not Kmart anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
Spirit Halloween takes over like all the buildings and whatnot. That's like they take over the old Kmart.
Yeah,
it's a huge building.
Maybe I can rent a section.
That's what I'm thinking. Like we'll just go put up a big train loop and a big warehouse.
I'll be homeless in the back of a Spirit.
Next video coming to you from
Halloween area.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe.
That's right. Talk to you next time.